Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. So today is the first distribution where we have the group one, and most of these were weekly anyways, but this is the new cadence that we have. So Chippy had 40 cents, GBTY 31 cents, LFGY 58 cents, QDTY 24 cents, RDTY 26 cents, SDTY 14 cents, SLTY 46 cents, Ulti is 9 cents, YMAG 20 cents, and YMax is 17 cents. And none of these are too out of the ordinary because these were already weekly. They were just moved to a different day, so I wasn't expecting them to be too far off from what they would have been either just if they hadn't changed anything. The glaring thing here is that FEAT and FIVY both have a $0 distribution, which is highly irregular. So I questioned on X, and someone replied to me that a screenshot of someone else that talked to Jay that none of the funds from FEAT and FIVY, which if you don't remember, FEAT and FIVY are the Dorsey Wright ones where they have their weighted averages that they determine which 5 of the YieldMax lineup have the most momentum, and they put those 5 in one ETF. FEAT has 100% YieldMax, and FIVY has half in the underlying and half in the YieldMax, so it has less of a distribution. So I have not looked this month to see what is even in FEAT and FIVY. And so I went onto the YieldMax website, and these are the top 10 holdings. We have Hood, Coin, Netflix, Carvana, and Reddit. So this makes sense to me. None of these paid last week, so there's no distribution this week. So for myself, I just did not input a $0 distribution into FEAT and FIVY because that would really mess up the math. So FEAT and FIVY will be recorded next week, but, and the caveat for that is Hood, Coin, like all of these 5 are going to have an extraordinarily large amount of distributions from this week that they will pay out next week for FEAT and FIVY. So those distributions next week are going to be unusually high for FEAT and FIVY, which is fine as long as we all realize that's what's going on. Out of all of these, I am the most cautious about Coinbase. It does have a high implied volatility. We get a lot of premium about it, but Coinbase has a habit of going way up and then crashing way down. And so sometimes it's just not the best kind of fund to have in a cover call strategy. It's more like a swing trading type of stock where it can have these irrational moves. And when you get caught flat-footed, that's when your NAV erodes a lot. So I don't think that Coinbase is going anywhere. I just don't invest in it by myself individually because I just don't think it's the best type of stock to be in a cover call strategy. But I do like FEAT. I do like FIVY. And FEAT at the moment does have a 56% distribution rate, which isn't that bad, but I'm just wondering about that because aren't like Hood, Coinbase, Netflix, well, not Netflix, but Carvana and Reddit, they're all distributing over 100% yield. Maybe I'll have to pay closer attention. But out of all of this, Netflix is the one that doesn't have as high of a yield. But they do every 3 business days before the end of the month, they recheck the Dorsey Wright weightings and they take funds in and out, and then they rebalance it so it's equal weight. So as the month goes on, things like Robinhood that are really running will have an outsized portion of this portfolio, which is this ETF, which is great. So I do like FEAT and FIVY. They just happen to be a backwards looking indicator that they're using. So there could be something drastic that happens, and then all of a sudden the price of FEAT and FIVY go down, but that just creates better price opportunities for us to get in at a good price. So I have not changed my opinion that I do like FIVY more than FEAT, but if you don't want to be in a lot of ETFs and this distribution rate is just not enough for you at the moment, then I have been in FEAT before. I just like FIVY better when I have a choice, because my theory on this is momentum begets momentum. So I don't think the turnover here is especially high, and over time, if you own these stocks and they appreciate faster than normal, because these are all really explosive stocks, so eventually, if you get in at a really good price point, this, in theory, the price of this ETF should go up. And so if you pay $15 and it's a 35% yield, and it goes up to $20, it's still a 35% yield. You're proportionally getting more money. So that would be my bet with this. Maybe since the market is so volatile, this is volatility investing, you might want to consider going into FEAT and then just owning the underlyings that you believe in yourself. And that would work too. So today, I have updated YieldMate. I have updated everything that's in YieldMate, but I just saw an email from Defiance, and I don't have ETHI in YieldMite, so I will add that as a new fund and then get that distribution into YieldMite either today or tomorrow. But I have disabled the weekly, monthly, and annually for Tuesday and Wednesday because I think that most of these are going to have not completely accurate for what they typically do distribution. So I don't want y'all to think that like Marnie is a good choice for you without any other context. So I think I can go ahead and re-establish the Tuesday ones because FEAT and FIVY will have really big distributions next week, but after that it should be good. And then tomorrow we're expecting some really crazy distributions for these. It might be the last time that we see Misty have $1 or even close to $1 distribution, but then afterwards we're expecting like a 20-cent distribution, I think. So this is YieldMight. I created this. How this works is you just say I have like $250 to invest this time, and then this will calculate how much you would have got from the latest distribution based off of how many shares you could buy based on this price. And then I divide it out weekly, monthly, and annually, normalize it. That way we can compare them all apples to apples. And there are some advanced features and filters and stuff, but that is the main reason why YieldMight exists. So I want to go and today's financial philharmonics. I had to restart my computer because it freaked out. So today's financial philharmonics is, what are we doing? That is Philip DeFranco. We have financial philharmonics. I want to celebrate getting to 250 subscribers. You all are amazing. You do not have to indulge me in my super micro niche, which is AI music that is based on personal finance. But you do, and you did, and you're very supportive, and I really enjoy doing this, and I appreciate everyone that has ever supported me with this. And so thank you all so much. And speaking of being grateful to people, thank you to the 3,911 of you that have decided that I'm entertaining enough to subscribe to. And so thank you all so much. I do appreciate you. And I've been thinking about what I'm going to do when we hit 5,000 subscribers, because that is a cool milestone. So like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate you all. And speaking of appreciation, we have the members, and I could not get this all done without you all. I really appreciate you all helping me make bad financial decisions, and this YouTube channel making it more sustainable, and also YieldMight. And so thank you, Jetta, Omega Werewolf X, In My Opinion, BGP Automotive, Pedro X. Spalding, Bill Bryant, Shane O'Mac, Motivation Boost, Michael Holiday, and Scott Behringer. You all are amazing. And your question for today is, are you happy about this change with YieldMax, them going weekly with pretty much everything except for the Target 15s? And what do you think the distribution for FEAT and FIVY are going to be next week? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.